So, you want to serve God through the music you listen to, but mainstream Christian music can get repetitive, and secular music is super addictive, so you would rather listen to that, even when you know it's best not to set your mind on earthly things. Well, if you're struggling with this dilemma, hi. I'm Jessiah, and I'm here to help you expand your playlist with songs that glorify God, but is also in your music taste. This way, you can enjoy the sound, production, and vocal style you love without compromising your values and switching them for earthly ones. In my last two videos of this series, replacing your favorite secular artists, some of y'all have been asking me to find Christian artists who sound like these secular male pop stars. And so that's what we're doing today. With this video and the rest of this video series, I'll be covering Christian artists from as many genres as possible, so you can finally cut off the secular music that you know has a bad influence on you. Because I know finding Christian artists whose sound you actually like can take a lot of effort, so I'm here to do it for you, finding you artists that already sound like your favorite ones, but those who worship the Lord as well. Now, I'll be doing this video series for a long while, so do subscribe so you'll see more videos like this one. And hopefully through these videos and these playlists that I create for you, link in the description by the way, I hope to refute the claim that Christian music is boring while helping you have a smoother walk with the Lord. In this video, I'll be talking about these Christian artists that I found for you, their music styles, who of the pop stars that they remind me of, and my favorite songs from them and why. And once again, thank you for your suggestions in the comments. I could not make these videos without your help. So keep those recommendations of your favorite Christian artists coming, as well as requests of secular artists you want my help replacing. I'll add to my playlist the more you recommend, so I can research more into each artist and create more videos for you guys. We're on this journey together. Now, without further ado, let's get into the pop kings of Christian music. Hope y'all enjoy. The first artist that I have for you guys today is Sam Rivera. To me, he is the Christian Justin Bieber. Like, seriously, listen to his music. There is no way that this is not Justin Bieber in disguise creating Christian music. Also, I'm aware that Justin Bieber is a Christian. I'm just saying that if he were to create Christian music, this is what it would sound like.
Let me tell you about my Lord and Savior, the one that's great, the one that's greater. Yahweh, only one I pray to, only one I look to. The devil's just a lie, don't mind. You'll find a way to fuel your pride at night.
He has incredibly smooth vocals like Justin, vulnerable lyrics, and a pop/R&B kind of sound. He was actually a former secular artist, but he turned Christian, and now he's sharing his testimony through his songs, talking about overcoming drug abuse and finding his identity in Jesus. What he talks about in his songs is very powerful, because he talks about internal conflict and surrender, processing doubt, pain, and shame, and once again finding peace and identity in Jesus. I don't know if I'm getting Justin's eras right, but Sam's songs Sam's songs really remind me of his Changes era, as well as his Journals era. So yeah, let me know what you think. Truly, Sam's music sounds like if Justin Bieber were to sing songs about God rather than songs about romantic love and lust. His songs are added in the playlist in the description, along with all the other artists we'll be covering today. Now moving on to the second artist that I have for you today, Torrin Wells. Truly, he sounds exactly like Bruno Mars, especially when he hits those high notes. But yeah, he's a solo Christian pop and R&B artist known for his powerhouse vocals and really high energy performances. If you get the chance to, do check out his performances because they're insane.
If it's not good, then he's not done. No, he's not done with it yet. No one like our God, only one we need for a miracle from you.
Honestly, I was looking through all of his songs because he does sound like Bruno Mars, but he's not afraid to experiment with production. He's truly a musical chameleon, but everything is always so polished and so catchy. But yeah, he sings about knowing your worth in Christ, finding joy even in the waiting, and living out God's purpose with confidence. Again, he has such a smooth and impressive range, and his falsettos are so good. Very Bruno. But yeah, honestly, he just really makes Christian music sound really cool without compromising on the message. And his performances, again, are super energetic, super engaging, definitely has pop star charisma. Actually, before I get into it, I just want to say that I have found for you two Harry Styleses, and ironically, they are both banned. Because, guys, it is so hard to find a Christian Harry Styles. I think his sound is super unique. And so, once again, it's really hard to find a specific artist who truly sounds like him. But I'm gonna give you guys two options today for the Christian Harry Styles, because these two are the closest that I've found that sounds like Harry's songs. And honestly, sometimes if you listen closely, they do kind of sound like Harry. But for the most part, the similarities are truly in the production alone. But anyway, the first Harry Styles that I have for you today is Strings and Hearts. They're a band of 3 brothers, Angelo, Michael, and Eric Espinoza. And their production is kind of like pop rock, and I love their instrumentation so much. They layer their vocals in such a way that is so pleasing to the ear. I worded that weird, but it just makes sense.
Across far seas, I've settled and seen it's true, it's you, nothing new. And I can't even help it, I don't wanna go around it. I'm all about it, I can't help but just fall for your love.
Angelo is the lead vocals and guitarist, Michael is on the bass and piano, and Eric is on drums. Before I filmed this video, I actually showed their songs to my fiance, and he said they really sound like love songs. And that's true, because these are love songs to God. They chose their name from Psalm 150 and have built a reputation within the indie Christian music scene. Now, truly their production sounds like Fine Line or even Harry's House. But yeah, it's very indie pop, alternative, dream pop, like, I don't know, I just love the way that they layer their sound. Their lyrics are very poetic and explores a longing for God. Now, moving on to the second Christian Harry Styles that I have for you. I'm gonna struggle with the pronunciation of this, but ISLY, short for I So Love You. For this video's sake, I'm gonna say 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 because of island, but I don't think that's right. But anyway, 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 kind of sounds like ILY anyway, so 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. No, I'm gonna stick with 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. But anyway, the first song in the playlist that I have for you guys under this band sounds exactly like Harry Styles. I don't know which song it is exactly from Harry Styles, but you know that if this was a Harry Styles song, you wouldn't be surprised.
In this world, in this life, once again the world is slowly lose myself. When I close my eyes, I can almost picture what heaven's like.
𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 is a worship trio made up of 3 best friends, Talon Pollock, Alec Topet, and Jeremiah Oak. They all met at a local church youth group and shared a passion for worship and writing songs. And yeah, they truly offer a unique sound of worship that transcends the typical Christian sound. They're pushing the boundaries of creativity in Christian music, and I truly love that because once again, they provide such a seamless bridge from secular music to worship music. And also, I really love how I think their band name is inspired by God so loved the world, so he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. And yeah, I just really love that about their band. Now, the next artist that I have for you today is Thomas Austin. He leans more into indie pop and alt pop with soft vocals and really introspective lyrics. And honestly, I find his music akin to Conan Gray's Kid Crow and Super 8. Now, let me know if you think the same way. But truly, when you listen to his music, you will often wonder, is this Conan Gray singing? Because honestly, to me, I cannot find the difference, especially for Conan's more stripped back and vulnerable songs.
Please don't think I'm going crazy if I do. Just a hollow feeling following the ache. It was just a whisper that became a shout.
Now, Thomas coined this term, theofolk, which is what he says his music falls under, meaning to say that his lyrics focus on the intersection between eternity and everyday life. His writing is often poetic and metaphorical, provoking reflection rather than straight up preaching. And honestly, this doesn't have to be a bad thing, because I think if a non-believer were to hear his songs, they would be inspired to think more about God and the things of God. So I actually really welcome this kind of music, because ultimately the goal is to introduce worship music to not just believers, but to everyone. Jesus is for everyone. But yeah, this one song in particular, London, I feel like if someone were to hear it and they didn't yet believe in heaven or the concept of heaven, they would reflect on it more and start to understand a bit more of where we're coming from. But anyway, he's released multiple EPs and a full album produced with Jason Wozniak and Chris Renzema. Chris Renzema. I'm not going to talk about him today because I don't really know whether he has a secular artist counterpart, but I love his songs so much and I just want to shout him out because I have this playlist called A Holy Ache, and it's essentially comprising songs that have me yearning for God, especially in times of doubt and fear and longing. And Chris Renzema's songs are just so good for that. His voice truly encapsulates that feeling, and that's why I really love his songs. But anyway, back to Thomas. I think he really does sound like Conan Gray, so do give him a shot and let me know what you think. And also, I found another artist who kind of sounds like Conan Gray, but his production is not really akin to him, but I thought you guys might like to check him out as well. His name is Nathan Staggers, and this song of his in particular sounds a lot like Conan Gray to me, but Nathan has only released a couple of songs. But yeah, I just thought it would be worth it to show you guys and let you check him out for yourself. Now, the last artist that I have for you today is Antoine Bradford. Down to the layering of the harmonies, to me he sounds exactly like 𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. He blends gospel, R&B, and neo-soul, and he often writes about grace and brokenness and the love of God in deeply personal ways. He has a very warm and jazzy tone and really poetic reflections that parallels 𝐦𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐬.
You always answer my cry. Time after time, you grow to become. And all of my suffering is not in vain.
His work focuses on authentic storytelling, facing struggles like doubt, anxiety, and depression head on, and offering hope rooted in Jesus. Wow, beyond studio work, Antoine tours widely across the US, performing in churches, universities, and intimate venues. That is amazing. Truly, I applaud him for that, because that takes a lot of courage in today's day and age. But yeah, his vocals are super smooth and very expressive. And once again, his lyrical style is deeply personal, deeply reflective, and it often feels like a conversation with God. He talks about grace, identity, love, brokenness, and healing. So do check out his music and see if you like it for yourself. And that was the 5 pop kings of Christian music that I wanted to introduce to you today. For you guys who love their secular counterparts but want to change their content. Because once again, we are called to set our minds on the things above. But what do you think? Do you think you have anyone who is a better fit or better replacement for these secular music artists? Do let me know in the comments. After all, these pop kings might not be absolutely perfect replacements, but I do hope that introducing you to these artists make it a much smoother transition from listening to secular music to worship music. Worship music that you actually adore. Next week, I will either be making a part 2 to the pop kings or a part 3 to the pop girlies. So do let me know in the comments which artists you would rather I do first. And do subscribe so you don't miss that video. Please continue giving your recommendations in the comments for your favorite Christian music and help each other out as you've been doing. Let's continue serving one another and finding music for each other that glorifies God. And I'll continue to add your recommendations to my playlist as they come, because truly I could not do any of this without you guys. I can only find you so much good Christian music by myself. But if we work together, we're creating the best Christian playlist across all genres. And you cannot imagine just how many people we're helping by doing this. So thank you for partnering with me on this mission. I could not do any of this without your support, which is exactly why I wanted to highlight the comment of the week from my last video. Sandra says, "You are changing the world. Thank you for listening to the Lord's Heart. I just wanted to let you know that I needed to watch your videos on transitioning genres. It blows me away every time I think I've drifted too far that God brings me back home. I'm never too far gone. I'm looking forward to checking these artists out and for them to become my main artists I listen to." Thank you so much for your comment, Sandra. And I'm so glad that I'm able to help you with this transition, because truly it is hard to do this by yourself. And that's why I'm so thankful for this community that we've created, where we're so openly helping each other out, finding Christian music that we adore together. And I'm also really thankful that God has led me to start creating these videos, because I see how much you guys love them. And so I want to continue making these videos for as long as I possibly can, for as many genres as I possibly can, because there's so much Christian music out there we have yet to discover together. But yeah, once again, thank you, Sandra, for your comment. And it was actually from my part 2 of the pop girlies of Christian music, where I gave you replacements for Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, and more. So do check that video out after this one. And as we end off this video, if you need a reminder to set your mind on the things above, not on earthly things, do check out these posters that I created for you. Link in the description and link here and here. Now, I will see you all next week. God bless.
You are